We're going to start you off with a good sparring session. This sparring session will feature Lyrant Unpredictable Warrior. Lyrant Warrior is an undefeated featherweight from here in Albuquerque, and he's going to climb into the ring with Albuquerque's Steve Mirabal. And Steve Mirabal is an 18-year-old young man. He's an amateur kickboxer. He's also a fine boxer. He's going to get in there and give some work to Lyrant Warrior.
Is he a professional kickboxer?
Yeah, obviously we're all
Lyrant? I gotta wait with my buddy there.
Here he is, Lyrant Warrior.
I know you love it, man. You see yourself that day, man? You know what?
You're going to be working with Rudy at all?
Huh?
You're going to work with Rudy?
Yesterday they worked out.
I got to get those these guys. Who do we got here, Roy?
Steve Mirabal.
Steve Mirabal? And what is the Steve boxer?
Kickboxer.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Seems like I've heard that name.
I'm not ashamed of the guy by the name of Calomero. Maybe you heard of him. He used to be a Calomero. Heavyweight kickboxer champion.
Oh, okay.
So let's start things off now with a 3-round sparring session here. This is being taped at the San Jose Community Center in Albuquerque, New Mexico. In the red top with the white shorts is Lyrant Unpredictable Warrior. Lyrant Warrior is an undefeated featherweight from here in Albuquerque, a very hot prospect who everybody's looking forward to seeing in action. And giving him a little work will be an amateur kickboxer and boxer. He's 18-year-old Steve Mirabal, also from here in Albuquerque. Steve Mirabal in the black shirt with the black trunks and the red headgear. Everlast written down the side of his trunks. Steve is a cousin of Richard Mirabal, of Richard Mirabal's kickboxing school training. Lyrant Warrior, as I said before, a very, very exciting fighter. And he will be appearing September 3rd here in Albuquerque, Thursday night. Lyrant Warrior will step into the ring to face Chris Crespin. That'll be 126-pound limit, 6 rounds of boxing, professional boxing. So Lyrant Warrior, very important that he get a good workout here from Steve Mirabal. You can see that Lyrant Warrior is a very stylish fighter. He is a southpaw, a good left-hander. Foot movement is his trademark. Lyrant Warrior, everyone you talk to that ever spars with him will tell you that he's hard to catch.
What do you think about Danny Romero?
What you call that thing, but in the red top, let's say. Taking on kickboxer. Okay, who's the wise guy? Who turned out the lights in the gym here? This action stand. These kids are always playing with the lights in this gym. Turn those lights on. Hey, you little guy, turn the light on. Shot out there by Lyrant Warrior. Mirabal trying to track him down. You can see that Lyrant Warrior really moves around the ring. He uses the entire canvas, and he's all over the ring. The bigger the ring, the better it is for Lyrant Warrior. Steve Mirabal in the red headgear. In the first round here of this sparring, Mirabal does have a good technique. He's a good compact fighter. We'll show you 3 rounds. Of course, being a kickboxer, I think he might be tempted to throw a leg up there, kind of jab Lyrant with that leg. But that's the end of the first round here in our sparring session. There you see Roy Griego walking by. He's the trainer of Lyrant Warrior. Roy Griego, the trainer of Lyrant Warrior.
What do you think about Danny Romero Jr. turning pro?
I think he'll do exceptionally well. If he can make the transition from amateur to pro, he should have a real good shot at the pro ratings there, and extremely fast, powerful, and exceptionally all-around excellent fighter.
And there you see all the action going on at the South San Jose Community Center. Now we're ready for round 2 as both men touch gloves, and the second round is underway. This is a very polite sparring session. No one's going out for blood here. They are here to spar, not to fight. The fighting comes September 3rd. That's when they do it for real. And there you see Lyrant Warrior again with that southpaw stance, using his right hand to control Steve Mirabal. Mirabal keeping his guard high, looking for an opening. Lyrant Warrior Again, Warrior just picking out with that right hand, his jab hand. Warrior now, he's probing. He's probing right now, patiently looking for an opening. Of course, Mirabal's trying to figure out how to get to Warrior. Warrior very tricky. Lyrant Warrior won his last fight up in Denver, Colorado. He won it on a technical knockout due to a cut, which improved his record to 4-0. And he'll have his hands full in his next bout. I hope you'll come out and see it at the State Fairgrounds, September 3rd. That's Thursday night. Lyrant Warrior will be taking on Chris Crespin, who's a good fighter. He was a great amateur fighter, an excellent amateur. And he's had a little bit of a slow start, but if you look at the opponents Chris Crespin has faced, you will understand why his record has a few losses on there. Real good experience, and he'll be a good challenge for Lyrant Warrior. Could turn out to be a very exciting fight. Of course, on that same card, Danny Ray Perez, the pit bull of Albuquerque. He's in the top 10 of the USBA. And he'll be taking on Kenny Garcia, who we featured Kenny a while back on the 8-count boxing hour. And that'll be a 170-pound limit where they will meet. 10-round main event, Danny Perez and Kenny Garcia. Of course, the fight that everyone's talking about here in town, the big crosstown grudge match. And that will be Steve Hindi taking on Rudy Lovato. And Steve Hindi, the undefeated, as they call him, the fighting policeman, 6-time New Mexico Golden Glove champion, 6 times. That's incredible. And undefeated as a professional. And he'll step into the ring with excellent fighter Rudy, the bad boy Lovato, very powerful. Rudy is was a world-class kickboxer. He's giving up the mantle of kickboxer and now stepped into the boxing world. He's 3-2 as a boxer. He got off to a slow start, but he's being trained by Bob Foster. And in his last performance on national television, he scored a devastating first-round knockout over Efren Granillo. Of course, Steve Hindi on the same card scored a knockout over Alfredo Torres, and he was very impressive. So it shapes up to be a real good matchup, crosstown rivalry. That bout's scheduled for 8 rounds. And of course, Robert Illigan will be fighting William Jones in a 4-rounder. And the Iceman, Ricky Ortega, will take on Martin Ochoa, who is an experienced fighter, a very tough fighter who's fought on national television several times. So now we're going to climb up into the ring here and give you a good close-up shot of the action here for the 3rd and final round of this sparring session. And there you see Roy Griego talking to Steve Mirabal. This sparring session was taped 7/92. By the way, if you're interested in tickets for that big fight card coming up on the 3rd, tickets are available at the Smith Ticketmaster. All Smith's Ticketmasters will be carrying tickets for that fight card. And that's one you definitely, if you're a boxing fan, you will not want to miss it. So here they go. They touch gloves now. They touch them up, and it's round 3, the final round. And look at Warrior come out with that jab. And a hook to the head. And a good left hand sneaking in there. And Steve Mirabal kind of getting a wake-up call here. He's going to have to be active to keep up with Lyrant Warrior. From what I hear, Steve Mirabal is quite a kickboxer. Rudy Lovato was telling me that he used to work with him over at Bill Packer's gym, and that Steve is really someone to watch out for. There you see Mirabal trying to get in with the left hand, but Warrior is a counterpuncher. He's looking for the counter-punching. Again, Lyrant Warrior like a cat. If you've ever seen a cat fight, that's what Lyrant Warrior reminds me of. Those quick hands, quick feet. You see Warrior bouncing, moving, keeping his hands busy. It can be very frustrating fighting a man like Lyrant Warrior, and a lot of fighters would rather pass than to take a chance at looking bad against a guy like Warrior, who is light on his feet and fast. Look at him move right there. Lyrant Warrior does need this work, however. He needs to be pushed because, believe me, when he climbs into the ring with Chris Crespin on the night of the 3rd, Crespin's going to push him to the limit. And the Warrior had better be ready. I asked Lyrant Warrior how he got that nickname, Unpredictable, and he told me that he, at the time, his manager, Joe Turrieta, asked him, what are you going to do next? You know, you're always doing unpredictable things. He said, hey, I like that name. So it kind of stuck with him. So for now, he's known as Lyrant Unpredictable Warrior. And there was an unpredictable right hand from the Warrior. And he comes back with a jab. Moving side to side, circling to his left, to his right, moving his head. He's a hard target. I'll be sitting at ringside for that fight card on the 3rd of September, right up against the ring there. And if you see me there, come on up and say hi. I'd like to talk boxing with boxing fans of Albuquerque. I think you will enjoy that card. General admission is only $10, so it's pretty reasonable for such good action. It's loaded with local talent, so if you want to see Albuquerque's local fighters, this is the time to do it. And if they get a good crowd out there, the promoter, Prime Productions, says they will start a monthly fight card. So that's it for our sparring session. I hope you enjoyed it.